mise en scène, character development, using the images on the screen, not the dialogue, not the physical actions necessarily of the actors themselves even, although that is part of it too. It's using what's in the room, what's going on, what you're seeing on the screen to further develop the characters. The best movies have this. The mise en scène is used through what you're seeing to give you a deeper insight into the characters. Now, one of my favorite examples of this is from the movie Rocky. You essentially have your three main characters. You got Rocky, you got Adrian, and you got Paulie. Rocky, right at the beginning of the film, the first thing you see is the word Rocky. Obviously, it's him, he's the main guy. He's the hero, the protagonist, as it were. And you see that he's a boxer. It's right there. They don't have to tell you he's a boxer. He's fighting. He's in a fight. He's a boxer. He's got the gloves on. He's in the ring. He's fighting. He's a professional boxer because he gets paid, but he gets paid $44 after tax and shower and all this other crap. So he's a low-level boxer, right? And so they show you that. You see it right at the beginning. Boom. All right? So at this point in the film, all we know about Rocky is that he's a boxer. So he walks into his apartment, and what does he do? He talks to his turtles and his goldfish. Now, in the commentary in the film, they talk about how sort of like they put that in because they thought it was cute and that he's talking to him, and it is character development through the dialogue that he is, you know, this good guy. He's not this big hard-ass punk. He's talking to this Moby Dick. He named his goldfish Moby Dick. Hey, Cuffin Link, what's up? You know, his turtles. He's a good guy. He's a big goofball, you know, whatever. It's enduring. It makes people like the character. It shows he's kind of a goofy guy. He's a good guy. He's not a jerk. That was the whole point of the dialogue and the physical action of the scene. But what is the mise en scène of the scene telling us about Rocky? Rocky's whole thing is not that he's a boxer. That has nothing to do with it, because he loses the fight at the end, okay? His whole thing is not that he's a boxer. His whole thing is that he's in love with Adrian. The whole point of everything is that he gets the girl at the end. Now, he's got two turtles and a goldfish. Why? Because he needs an excuse to go into the pet store and talk to Adrian because he's in love with her. So he buys a stupid turtle so he has an excuse to go in there. And he buys a stupid goldfish so he has an excuse to go in there and talk to her. And so he has to buy goldfish food and he has to buy turtle food. More excuses for him to go into the pet store every day and talk to Adrian. He's in love with Adrian, but he doesn't want to tell her that. See, Rocky has confidence. He has self-confidence, but he has a low self-image. He thinks he's a bum. He thinks he's not good enough, but he does have enough self-confidence to get in the ring and get it done. He does have enough self-confidence to walk in there, but the low self-image is there too. He still has to have an excuse to go into the pet shop. He still needs an excuse to talk to Adrian, okay? That's why he has two turtles and a goldfish, because she works in the pet store. Now, to further prove this point, that scene cuts directly into Rocky looking in the mirror, talking in the mirror. What is he saying? When he's looking in the mirror and he's talking into the mirror, what is he saying?
Turtle food I got here, this turtle food I got here had more flies in it, no more moss in it than flies. More moss than, who the hell cares?
He's saying, oh, there's more flies than moths, or more moths than flies, or whatever. He's practicing his speech. He's practicing what he's going to say to Adrian in the pet shop the next day.
That last turtle food I got here had more moss in it than flies. You know that, Adrian?
It's all about he is in love with Adrian. And he's trying to build up the self-confidence because he does have it, but he has a low self-image. He thinks he's a bum, so he has to psych himself out. He has to build himself into it. He has to look in the mirror and practice his speech that he's going to give her the next day. And to further push the low self-image aspect of it, how does he end the speech? oh, who gives a crap anyway? Because he's looking at himself in the mirror and he sees how beat up he is, and he looks at his picture of himself from when he was a child and how good he looked and confident and ready to go and he could take on the world or whatever, and now he's looking in the mirror and his eyes busted open and she's probably going to think he's ugly and he doesn't know what, and flies and moths, well, who cares anyway, right? Now, talk about character development, mise en scène. All of that is said. It doesn't show everything I just said. It does, but he doesn't say, I have a low self-image and I'm in love with Adrian. He doesn't mention her at all. But him talking to the turtle, him talking to the goldfish, him practicing his speech that he's going to give to Adrian the next day does say all that while he's looking in the mirror. The mirror is the key because she doesn't make eye contact with him. She doesn't make eye contact with him. Adrian has a very low self-esteem. Now, Adrian and Paulie are both very interesting characters because they are exact opposites. They're two sides of the same coin. They both have very low self-esteem. Adrian deals with life and her low self-esteem by being shy and going into herself. She doesn't make eye contact with Rocky at all. She doesn't look at him. This, through mise en scène, and again, it's the mirrors. The mirrors are the thing. Rocky's looking in the mirror practicing his speech. Later on in the film, when he's talking to Adrian, since she won't make eye contact with him, the camera is on her. But we, the audience, are looking at Rocky's reflection in a mirror behind her. Okay? She's not looking at him directly, so neither are we, the audience, looking at him directly. We're looking at his reflection in a mirror behind Adrian. Okay? Adrian is shy because of her low self-esteem. The flip side of that is her brother Paulie, who also has a low self-esteem. But Rocky's the one that has the self-confidence. Adrian and Paulie do not. Adrian expresses that lack of self-confidence through her shyness. Paulie expresses that through the exact opposite. He's going to pretend he's nothing but confidence. He's going to get in your face. Hey, screw you, pal, and screw you and you too. And he's going to hurt you before you get a chance to hurt him. It's fear. It's self-esteem. He doesn't want to get hurt. He's not going to let anybody in by pushing them away. Adrian isn't going to let anybody in by putting up a wall and hiding behind it. Now, the mirrors, again, are the key to the mise en scène because this leads us to the next scene. The scene where we meet Paulie for the first time is, in my opinion, one of the most brilliant moments, one of the most brilliant scenes in the entire film. Why? Rocky walks into the bar, goes to the bartender. Where's Paulie? He's in the bathroom. All right, with the stink, whatever. The steam room, he calls it. Rocky walks into the bathroom. Paulie is looking at a tiny broken mirror. Now, I wish I could kill the son of a bitch who broke this mirror. Now, here's where it starts to build in, the mirrors again being the key. Rocky's mirror was a big, full, strong, powerful mirror with pictures of him when he was young, when he was strong, boxers that he loves, admires. It's showing his confidence. At the same time, his actual reflection is showing his lack of self-esteem. Now, the same thing happens with Adrian's mirror. It's behind her, looking at Rocky's reflection because she won't look directly at him. Paulie's mirror is broken. Paulie's broken. It's cracked. Paulie's cracked. But now here's where it gets elevated to the level of absolute brilliance. He keeps saying over and over again, I want to kill the guy who broke the mirror. I wish I could kill the jerk who broke this mirror.
I'd like to kill the freak and moron who broke the mirror.
This is the bar that Paulie regularly hangs out in. As soon as Rocky walks in, where's Paulie to the bartender? The bartender knows who Paulie is. He knows where Paulie is. And we know, especially through the rest of the film, that when Paulie gets drunk, he gets a little violent. Not necessarily towards people, but he breaks the stove and throws the turkey on the floor and goes nuts, so he gets violent, he gets vicious. Paulie broke the mirror. When he says, I wish I could kill the guy who broke the mirror, he's saying he wishes he could kill himself. He wants to die. He's not happy at all. It's subtext. It's mise en scène. It's him saying he wants to die. because he's not happy. And of course, at the end of the movie, Rocky gets Adrian. Paulie, through Rocky is the rock on which Mickey, Paulie, and Adrian's salvation is built. All of them turn out at the end saved in a sense, or better people, able to get past that lack of self-confidence, able to move forward in their lives finally through Rocky fighting Apollo Creed. This is the mise en scène of Rocky.